Welcome to the third session of the Immunology and Animal Biotechnology paper for the 5th semester students pursuing biotechnology. In this video session, I am going to discuss about the types of immunity, particularly the humoral and cell-mediated immune systems. I am Dr. G. Hema, Faculty of Biotechnology in Maharani Science College for Women, Bengaluru. Before we go into the details of the current session, let us recapitulate what we discussed in the previous session. We learned about the innate and adaptive immune systems and their components as well as the differences therein. We also learned about inflammation, T cells, B cells, antigen presenting cells and phagocytosis. In the current session, I am going to discuss the detailed mechanism of humoral and cell-mediated immune systems. To refresh, immune system is majorly classified into innate immunity and adaptive or acquired immunity. Innate immunity is the non-specific component of immune system, whereas adaptive immunity is the specific component of immune system. This adaptive immunity is broadly based on two mechanisms, namely cell-mediated immunity and humoral immunity. Humoral immunity. In fact, both the humoral and cell-mediated immune systems possess a high degree of specificity which resides in two molecules, namely the antibodies and T cell receptors that recognize and bind to specific and unique antigens. The immunity that is mediated by antibodies produced by B cells and other molecules found in the extracellular fluids is termed as humoral immunity. The word humor actually means body fluids and hence the name humoral immunity. B cells, which are the center point of humoral immunity, are generated in the bone marrow during the process of lymphopoiesis from the lymphoid progenitor cell, which is a multipotent stem cell found in bone marrow. The lymphoid progenitor cell in itself is a product of division of the hematopoietic stem cell. The B cells also undergo maturation in the bone marrow. During this process of maturation, they acquire their repertoire of membrane-bound antibodies. Antibody is the cell surface receptor of a B cell which actually recognizes and interacts with antigens. During the process of maturation, there is a lot of gene rearrangement that takes place in the immunoglobulin gene region of the B cells, as well as the B cells undergo somatic hypermutations. Both these processes, namely somatic hypermutation and gene rearrangement, are crucial in generating the diversity of immunoglobulin molecules. Immunoglobulin molecules can recognize millions of antigens very specifically and uniquely. So this process of maturation for B cells also takes place in bone marrow. Only after maturation, a B cell is termed as mature B cell. It is in fact a mature naive B cell that has a membrane-bound antibody molecule and has not yet undergone antigenic stimulation. Antibodies are also found in secretory form or in soluble form in the extracellular fluids. So, a mature naive B cell has membrane-bound antibodies and the other forms of B cells, namely plasma cells, they secrete extracellular soluble forms of the antibodies. The antibodies in case of a mature naive B cell are also termed as B cell receptors. The other components of humoral immunity other than the antibodies produced by B cells include complement proteins and several different antimicrobial peptides found in the body fluids. Even then, since antibodies are the most important component of this humoral immune system, this is sometimes referred to as antibody mediated immunity. Let us have a look at the detailed mechanism of the humoral immune response. The humoral immune response begins with the interaction of a membrane-bound antibody in the B cell with a unique and specific matching antigen. Those B cells that have undergone maturation in the B cell bone marrow are released into the circulating system, that is the blood and the lymph. They keep circulating through the body through these two connective tissue fluids, and they get to interact with antigens or the pathogens carrying these antigens in the secondary lymphoid organs, namely spleen and lymph node. Now, in any of these two secondary lymphoid organs, or sometimes even in the tissue fluids, when a B cell antibody encounters its complementary or matching antigen, the B cell endocytoses that antigen through a process of phagocytosis or endocytosis. The engulfed antigen undergoes digestion in a phagolysosome within the B cell. Once it is digested, fragments of this digested antigen are combined and complexed with molecules called as MHC class II molecules. MHC stands for the major histocompatibility complex proteins. B cells express one class of MHC, namely class II MHC molecules. Once the complex of class II MHC and antigen is formed in the Golgi bodies of the B cell, these complexes are carried to the cell surface of the B cell and presented as bound forms to the membrane. The B cell presents these complexes of class II MHC and the antigen to T helper cells. The T helper cells recognize and interact with the antigen and the MHC2 complex with the help of T cell receptors and CD4 molecules which are present on the T cell surface. So this interaction of three molecules, namely class II MHC, the antigen and the T cell receptor, triggers the T helper cell to produce cytokines. The cytokines secreted by the T helper cells help the B cell to undergo proliferation. They are signaling molecules for proliferation of B cells as well as many other types of cells involved in the immune system. So once the signaling by cytokines is received, the B cells undergo proliferation and give rise to two different types of B cells, namely the plasma cells and memory B cells. The plasma cells are comparatively larger in size than the mature naive B cells. The plasma cells do not contain any more membrane-bound antibodies. Instead, the cytoplasm of the plasma cell is majorly filled with rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is necessary to facilitate the plasma cell to produce lot of antibody molecules and secrete them into the extracellular spaces. The plasma cell start producing millions of antibodies into the body fluids. These antibodies in turn interact with the particulate antigens or the cells that are responsible for the production of these antigens. They neutralize or precipitate those antigens and the cells carrying them and try to protect the host from the effect of these antigens and the causal pathogens. On the other hand, the memory B cells, which are also produced by antigenic stimulation of the mature B cells, are comparatively smaller in size. They are stored and circulate in the body fluids. They come into action when there is a second or future encounter with the same antigen in the life of that particular individual. This secondary immune response stimulates the memory B cells to undergo proliferation, giving rise to plasma cells again. The difference is that the second response is very fast and occurs within a few hours to a few days in the individual. This faster immune response offers a rapid protection to the host. Now, let us have a look at the cell-mediated immune response mechanism. The cell-mediated immunity involves many types of cells, the major players being T cells or T lymphocytes. The T cells also take their origin in the bone marrow during the process of lymphopoiesis. They also arise from the same precursor cell, that is the lymphoid progenitor cell, which is a multipotent stem cell. Once produced in the bone marrow, they are transported to the thymus in the individuals where they undergo maturation. During this process of maturation, the thymocytes, immature T cells are referred to as thymocytes. The thymocytes acquire their repertoire of T cell receptors. The T cell receptors are analogous to the membrane-bound antibodies of the mature B cells. So the T cell receptor generation also involves a lot of gene rearrangement in the T cell gene region as well as somatic hypermutation in the T cells, and this is responsible for generation of millions of diverse T cell receptors which can in turn recognize and interact with millions of antigens that are presented to the T cells. The T cells majorly are of two types. Helper T cells, which have a unique surface molecule called as CD4 molecules. CD stands for cluster of differentiation. These are a set of surface molecules, cell surface molecules, which help in cell typing. So the kind of CD molecules that are present in T helper cells are CD4 category. The other important type of T cells are CD8 cells or the cytotoxic T cells. These are also sometimes referred to as CTLs, standing for cytotoxic T lymphocytes, or the TC cells, that is T cytotoxic cells. The major players being T cells, there are other cells that are also important and involved in the cell-mediated immune response. They are the antigen presenting cells. Most of the antigen presenting cells are professional phagocytic cells. These include the macrophages, dendritic cells, neutrophils as well as B cells. Understand that B cells are responsible for the humoral immunity as well as the B cells are a major player in the cell-mediated immune response. Looking at all these, it is important to understand that both the cell-mediated immune response and humoral immune response are closely interdependent and interrelated to each other for the protection of the host. So let us understand the mechanism of cellular immune response. The image here refers to the response from a T helper cell. An antigen presenting cell, in this picture a dendritic cell, ingests a pathogen, the antigen or a pathogen by phagocytosis, breaks it down into smaller fragments and presents these fragments as a complex with class 2 MHC on the surface of this antigen presenting cell. So this is the complex of class 2 MHC and the antigen, which is presented on the surface of the antigen presenting cell. Now this whole complex is recognized by the T helper cell with the help of T cell receptor and the CD4 molecule. So careful looking at this image shows that the T cell receptor interacts with the antigen and the CD4 is the molecule that interacts with the class 2 MHC molecule of the antigen presenting cell. Once this kind of interaction takes place, the T helper cell undergoes stimulation and releases a lot of signaling molecules like the cytokines and interleukins. These cytokines and other signaling molecules are very important in causing stimulation and proliferation of several different types of immune cells, including the B cells as well as all these antigen presenting cells. Now once those cells receive the signals from such secondary messengers, they undergo proliferation and increasing their numbers, offering protection to the host. Now, coming to the cytotoxic T cell response, the cytotoxic T lymphocyte also undergoes a similar stimulation but with a different kind of antigen presentation. The cytotoxic T cell lymphocytes are responsible for killing or destroying of altered self cells or infected self cells, that is those cells which are infected by a virus or any other intracellular pathogen are identified and destroyed by the T lymphocytes, that is cytotoxic T lymphocytes. In this case, the antigen presenting cell, which in fact is a infected cell or an altered self cell, which possesses the class 1 MHC surface molecules, presents the antigen, which is a fragment of that particular pathogen, to the CD8 T cell, that is the cytotoxic T lymphocyte. So the CTL recognizes the antigen with the help of T cell receptor, this is the T cell receptor, and the CD8 molecule recognizes the class 1 MHC molecule present on the antigen presenting cell. Remember, in this case the antigen presenting cell is not a professional antigen presenting cell. Instead, it is an infected self cell or an altered self cell. Altered self cell means a cell that has undergone mutation, for example a cancerous cell. So such cells are different from the normal cells of the individual because they represent certain new antigens over their cell surface. So such cells act as antigen presenting cells and present fragments of their system to the T cell receptor of the cytotoxic T cell. And once this kind of stimulation is received by the T lymphocyte, it gets stimulated and gives rise to a mature cytotoxic T cell. The mature cytotoxic T cells then destroy that particular antigen presenting cell, which may be either a infected cell or a altered self cell. So this is how the cell mediated immune response provides protection to the individual from intracellular pathogens or even cells that have undergone mutation. So those cells which have undergone mutation or modification are prevented from survival and further proliferation in the host cell system with the help of cytotoxic T lymphocytes. Let us have a look at the humoral and cellular immunity in a comparative manner. Both the T cells and the B cells arise from the common lymphoid progenitor cell during the process of lymphopoiesis. In the bone marrow, the B cell undergoes antigenic selection and maturation, whereas the same process with respect to T cells occurs in the thymus. So the thymocytes, that is the immature T cells, undergo the process of maturation and selection in the thymus, and during this process they acquire their Now let us have a look at the cytotoxic T cell mediated response. The cytotoxic T lymphocytes also undergo a similar antigenic stimulation and proliferation. These cells are unique in the manner that they recognize and destroy either altered self cells or cells that are infected by intracellular parasites like viruses. These cells recognize such cells and also destroy them. So in this case, the antigen presenting cell is not a professional antigen presenting cell. Instead, it is a self cell which is either carrying an intracellular parasite or it is an altered self cell like a cancer cell which has undergone mutation and expresses new types of cell surface molecules. So these altered cells are infected cells which carry the class 1 MHC molecules on their surface, complex fragments of those pathogens with the MHC1 molecule, and present it to the CD8 carrying cytotoxic T cells. So we can see here the T cell recognizes the antigen with the help of T cell receptor, and the CD8 molecule recognizes the class 1 MHC molecule of the antigen presenting cell. Now this stimulation causes the T cell to become a mature cytotoxic T cell. This in turn destroys this antigen presenting cell. So this is how the cytotoxic T cell response occurs. Now let us have a look at a comparison of the humoral and cellular immunity briefly. So both the processes begin with the lymphopoiesis that occurs in bone marrow. The common lymphoid progenitor gives rise to either a T cell or a B cell, the immature T cells and B cells. The immature B cells undergo maturation and also selection in the bone marrow itself, whereas the immature T cells or the thymocytes are transported to the thymus where they undergo maturation and selection. During this process of maturation and selection, the B lymphocytes acquire the repertoire of membrane-bound antibodies, whereas the T cells acquire their repertoire of T cell receptors. It is through these molecules that the recognition and interaction with antigens happens, and which leads to an immune response. The end product of this immune response is production of antibodies by the B cells, that is particularly the plasma B cells, or production of the T helper cells and cytotoxic T cells in case of T lymphocytes. So this is how the humoral and cellular immunity function in protection of the host system. To summarize, we learned about the humoral immunity, its components and mechanism, and also about the cell mediated immunity and its components and mechanism. So just to remember as a bulletin point, the B cells attack invaders outside the cells, whereas the T cells attack invaders inside the cells. This is a reference which can give deeper insight into the mechanisms of the humoral and cell mediated immunity. Thank you.